Backs next. We are at the corner of 3rd and King as we get ready for Giants baseball. Diamondbacks Giants game 2 of this 3-game series. Giants baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, TV, internet, and voice reinvented. Now available throughout Northern California and coming this fall to Fresno. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is FP Santangelo. Giants looking for a win after dropping the game last night, and they will hand the ball to left-hander Barry Zito.
Yeah, Barry Zito's been really good at this ballpark this year. 6-2 with a 2.76 at home in 13 starts. A lot of people are wondering if maybe the relief appearance against Cincinnati is going to affect him. I don't think it is. That might affect a guy that's a power pitcher, but with Barry Zito, it might actually help him. He's got to be down in the strike zone with his off-speed tonight. The Diamondbacks, as we saw last night, are a fastball hunting team, so Barry Zito's got to mix it up tonight. He's got to keep his stuff down. And, oh, by the way, the Giants got to score him 4 runs because Barry Zito in his career, 109-6 when he gets 4 runs of support.
4. All right, joining us is Raj Mathai. Let's check in with Raj Mathai in the Giants dugout.
Dwayne, thank you, and good evening. All this talk, not just from Giants fans, but really a lot of people around baseball to talk about Tim Lincecum and what we saw last night. But not to be lost in this Lincecum drama is the story about Buster Posey. You might recall late in last night's game, on this sequence right here, Posey strained his left forearm. Doesn't look like much, but he strained his left forearm right here. Buster Posey is not in tonight's lineup. We spoke with Posey just a short while ago. He said he is hopeful to be in tomorrow's lineup against the Diamondbacks. So no such thing as an ordinary day at the office here, not with these Giants, not this season. As someone wisely once said, it is torture. It's all about Dwayne Kuiper. Here we go. First pitch and starting lineups coming up next. Giants and Diamondbacks, Game 2, right here on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network.
Our game time weather is brought to you by Orchard Supply Hardware, California's favorite home improvement store. It's 63 degrees here at the yard. We've got winds pretty brisk at 16 miles per hour. You see the humidity and it is partly cloudy. Well, before the ball game, kind of a scary moment is Brian Wilson was playing catch with Santiago Casilla. FP is going to circle where Wilson was at when he was playing catch. Right there, and watch as Wilson gets hit, and the ball moved at the last second, and it hit Wilson right in the neck area. And as you can see, he went down and did not move. Here's another angle of it, and it caught him. It may have caught him a little bit on the chin as well. And at this point, everybody's going, is he faking? What's going on? And then they realize that this was definitely the real deal. So players went out. Bruce Bochy went out. He started to move around a little bit. He ended up walking off the field under his own power. But very scary moment. And we are told by the Giants and the training staff that he is available tonight. So you never know. Yeah,
sometimes when you're playing catch before the game like that, the glare off of the empty seats, you can't see the baseball. Yeah. It looked like the ball just kind of rode on him at the last second, and he missed it. If you see the replay, maybe we can see it again sometime during the broadcast, but off the tarp, there was a sheen coming off it from the sun, so he apparently lost the baseball. But like you said, he's going to be fine. He's going to be out there, hopefully tonight. Haven't seen him in a while.
All right, the Diamondbacks starting lineup is brought to you by Ram, the truck that never backs down from a challenge. It'll be Drew Upton and then Kelly Johnson. Chris Young, the cleanup hitter, then Adam LaRoche. Take a look at Mark Reynolds' numbers against Zito. Avoid. Then it's Montero Roberts, followed by the kid, Daniel Hudson.
Giants defense for tonight's game sets up like this. Burrell, Torres, and Guillen in the outfield. Uribe, Sandoval on the left side. Sanchez and Huff on the right side. Eli Whiteside doing the catching. And on the mound tonight for your San Francisco Giants, Barry Zito. Zito's struggled of late. 0-5 with a 4.53 ERA and 8 starts since July 21st. He gave up the 5 runs over 3 2/3 in his last start in St. Louis in that 9-0 Sunday loss. And he suffered the loss the other day in his second relief appearance ever against that crazy game in Cincinnati. It's 109-6 with 4 runs of support like we talked about in the open. And guess what? It's Italian Heritage Night tonight. So Barry Zito, Italian Heritage Night, good things are going to happen.
All right. Giants trying to bounce back after that loss yesterday where they came up with, I was going to say little offense. No, they didn't come up with any offense. And that was so unusual after the 3-game series against the Cincinnati Reds where they scored 38 runs. Giants averaged 12.6 runs per game. They had 53 hits in that series. Last night, no runs, 7 hits, and they committed a couple of errors. So a bounce-back night for the Giants. At least that's what they're hoping for. And one thing that they're going to have to start to get, and that's better starting pitching. They know it, and the starters know it.
Yeah, for Barry Zito tonight, command is a key. We talked about it already. Got to be down in the strike zone. Stephen Drew, one of the hottest hitters on the planet at this point. And if you watch his last start in St. Louis, his off-speed was up, his fastball was up. He keeps that ball down. He keeps that curve ball down, the fastball down, busted in on the right-handers late. He usually has a good start.
So here's Stephen Drew. Had a couple of hits last night. He scored 3 runs. And the first pitch of the ball game, it's on its way, and it's a breaking ball for a strike. How about that? So we get started at 6:09, which is 4 minutes late. And Drew swings and misses, 0-2.
It's 2 pitches, but so far so good. Both of them down the strike zone. Good breaking ball right there. First pitch was down in the zone. Stay down there all night, good things will happen.
Drew hitting .269, takes another breaking ball. Zito is on pace to throw about 110 breaking balls tonight.
Well, that's a fastball hunting team, and they don't miss it.
Meals, Isagna, Rayburn, Scott. Meals behind home plate. There's a fastball, 2-2. Upton and then Kelly Johnson. And a base hit up the middle. So Drew with a leadoff single. And immediately Zito in the stretch. A bit tough time to see right now for the hitters. But Stephen Drew's been hot. I don't think a whole lot matters as far as hitting background.
Now, when you're going good, you're going good. It doesn't matter if there's shadows or sun, or if you're facing Nolan Ryan, Barry Zito. You see in the baseball like a grapefruit. And right there, you know, they held him to a single. He's been the king of extra base hits of late. So I guess you could say it's a good job.
Upton hitting .272, 1 for 3 last night. And a fastball is high. He's 5 for 16 against Barry Zito, and he's hit for the cycle. So Zito knows there's a couple of guys in this lineup that he has to be very careful with. And a strike to Upton. The Diamondbacks scored 3 runs in the first inning yesterday. In that Reds series, the Reds scored 4 runs in the first inning on Wednesday. It was the Giants in the first 2 games in that series that scored big in the first. 5 in the first on Monday, and 3 in the first on Tuesday. So the first inning has either been terrific for the Giants or problematic. Upton drives it out to right field. Guillen spins around but recovers, and he makes the catch. Doesn't seem to have a problem out there. He doesn't panic. Torres trying to figure out the sunglasses in center field.
Well, a lot of times you talk about it's tough on the hitter, but it's also tough on a guy on defense. When you're playing center field right now, that sun is right over home plate outside the stadium. And another hard thing is you're looking into shadows from center field. So while you're used to seeing the ball bright in the strike zone as a center fielder, you're seeing it dark in there. Andres Torres trying to figure out whether he needs the shades down, shades up, because you want to be able to get the best jump you can when the ball's in the strike zone.
Swing and a miss by Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson, I find this hard to believe, but according to our numbers, has never faced Zito before. This is the first time Zito is facing the Diamondbacks this year. Oh, 2.
That's a good breaking ball right there.
He's got a good one tonight.
Staying on top of it right there, getting it out in front. Downhill all the way. And down in the strike zone.
And Zito will check on Stephen Drew, who's got 6 steals. He's 6 out of 9. Line shot past Sandoval. And a base hit for Johnson on an 0-2 pitch. So the Giants, again, trying to come up with a first inning where it doesn't hurt them.
And that was a pitch that Barry Zito tried to elevate. You look at Eli Whiteside right there. I think he wanted that pitch above his mask. He got it out over the plate. Probably not where he wanted it. And anytime you're going to get a fastball up to these Diamondback hitters, they're not going to miss it. That's a good point you make about the first inning. Talking to Aubrey Huff today before the game. Saying last night that 3-run home run by LaRoche, they had to be less aggressive as hitters, maybe try to get on base, and they couldn't just go up there and be aggressive. Tough playing from behind right from the get-go.
Breaking ball to Young. Young 1 for 4 in the game last night. Well, you can hear the flags that circle the stadium on the upper deck. You can just hear them popping.
And windy last night, too.
1-1 to Young. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Trying to get him fished down on the strike zone, looking for the ground ball. It's tough when you're out there and you know the team that you're facing has struck out a lot. They're leading all of baseball in strikeouts. There's a tendency as a pitcher to go for that strikeout. Maybe get away from your game when you're used to pitching to contact. You want to pile up some Ks, but for Barry Zito tonight, keep the ball down the strike zone, let them hit it. Let your defense work for you. Get them in the game. Have a great tempo out there. Let the guys behind you play.
Three and one.
Good changeup for Barry Zito on the 2-1 pitch right here, and that's a great take by Chris Young. I'm swinging at that pitch every single time.
See what Zito does here. 3-1 to Young, and Young takes a strike. It's 3-2. You throw another one? Or is that a breaking ball?
Well, change up right there. Trying to get the aggressive nature of Chris Young. Use it to work for you. It's a fastball count. He's sitting dead red all the way. A little respect right there. Especially with a left-hander on deck and LaRoche.
Three and two. See if the runners go. They do not, and it's in the dirt. It gets away from Whiteside. He can't find it. And now he does, and the bases are loaded. Last night, LaRoche hit the home run on the first inning off of Lincecum. Into the water.
There's a changeup right out over the plate. Up in the strike zone, inner half. Might have been looking for a fastball. Got his bat out in front, kept his hands inside the baseball. Got all of it. Well, it looked like he wanted LaRoche. Let's see what he does with him. A lot of respect right there for Chris Young. Maybe a little bit too much respect.
And a strike to LaRoche. LaRoche, 22 home runs, 82 driven in. Stands upright. He's got that wide open stance. 0-2.
And it's big for Zito to get out of this jam right now for his team, to get his team back in the dugout. And it's also big for when you have a young pitcher on the mound like Daniel Hudson, 23 years old. You go out there with a lead like we saw Barry Enright last night. Young kid, hasn't been around. It was his 11th career start. Gets a nice 3-0 lead in the first inning. You go out there as a kid and be free and easy.
Hit on the ground, and they'll get the out at first. Coming in to score is Drew, so it's 1-0. Both runners advance. And here's Reynolds. There is a base open. Reynolds has got pretty good ownage on Zito. So we'll see what the Giants do. Reynolds is 7 for 15 with 2 home runs. And a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Now that's been his best pitch so far tonight. Got the breaking ball going on. I'd be surprised if you see a couple more of those.
Blocked by Whiteside. It is a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. D-backs and Giants have played 10 times this year, and the Giants have won 7 of 10. Remember, they went to Arizona about a month and a half ago, and they swept the Diamondbacks in a 4-game series. They had a 5-1 road trip. And a strike to make it 1-2. high, 2-2. Actually, that road trip they went 6-1. They took 2 out of 3 in LA, and then they won the 4 straight. And that was the month of July where they really put themselves into major contention for the wild card and trying to catch the Padres. Just inside, it's 3-2.
That's a great pitch right there. I don't know how Mark Reynolds can take that, and I don't know how that's not a strike. That had to catch the front corner of home plate. Eli Whiteside giving it a great frame and holding it there an extra second. Showed Jerry Meals he thought it was a strike.
And the walk. Well, a guy that's got ownage on you, you pitch him carefully, and you don't care if you walk him. Some of the fans are unhappy with that walk, but they don't know what Zito and what we know.
And that is that Miguel Montero is hitting .204 against lefties this year. There's always that tendency to go after a guy, even if he's got ownage, to prove that you have changed and you want to get him, but especially when he's got 176 strikeouts. But I like the fact that that was a semi-pitch around.
There's a strike to Montero. Montero last night went 0 for 4. Young man from Venezuela. Into left center field, and this is not going to be caught. Giants are going to be down a big number again in the first inning. Johnson scores. Young scores. Here comes Reynolds. He scores. And just like that, the Giants are down 4-0 in the first inning. A 3-run double for Miguel Montero.
And we saw last night, he was all over Tim Lincecum's fastball. Same thing tonight with Barry Zito. You got the left-on-left advantage. Your best pitch so far has been your curve ball. Maybe he tried to trick him right there, thinking Montero was looking for the curveball. You could try to sneak a fastball by him, but as we saw last night, Miguel Montero does not miss fastballs. Couple deep fly outs to center field. Andres Torres up against the fence last night, and a deep fly out to left. And we see another bolt in the gap from Miguel Montero. He's not going to miss that heater too many times.
So here's Ryan Roberts. Roberts takes outside for a ball. Drew let it off with a single, and then Upton hit a fly ball, and they're going to walk Roberts intentionally. And Daniel Hudson, how about that? He gets to hit in the first inning.
And talking to Matt Williams before the game today, guy's a really good hitter. Like Barry Enright, can handle the bat. Got a good idea at the plate. It seems like all the young pitchers are good hitters, though.
Yeah.
They've been playing long enough to forget how to hit. 32 pitches in the first inning. This is way too much drama in the first inning of a baseball game. Walking guys intentionally, pitch around guys to get to lefties. I mean, that's what pennant race baseball is about, but usually it happens in the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Hudson takes a strike. He's 2 for 13, but he's got 5 RBIs. Fouls this one at the plate, and it's 0-2. Well, the Giants have done it again. They find themselves trying to play catch-up baseball, and they haven't hit yet. In the dirt, and it hits Daniel Hudson. And if you possibly think an inning could get weirder, watch this.
Or be worse than last night's first inning. He's not going to move right there.
Drew, after he fell behind, picked up a base hit to lead off the ball game, and he's going to hit here again in the first. And it snowballs in 1 strike. And like you said, his best pitch. It'll be Guillen out in right field. And he dropped it. Guillen dropped it, and 2 runs come in. And the fans are booing, and they should. It'll be an error on Guillen.
You just don't come to the ballpark every day at the major league level and see something like this. A guy camped under a fly ball. But like you said, the flags are popping, and what you can't do is set your feet as an outfielder. If you've ever played in San Francisco, you know that you always have to keep your feet moving on defense. Anytime you plant your feet in the outfield, the ball's going to move on you at the last second here. It's never where it never ends up, where you think it does or is going to. And for Guillen right there, he just set his feet too soon. That ball moved towards center field the last second. And I'll tell you what, there is no worse feeling as an outfielder than missing a routine fly ball.
Especially when the inning has already unraveled. It's now 6-0. And Upton pops it up. And Freddie Sanchez is going to end up doing the pop-up dance with this one. And he makes the catch.
Kept his feet moving.
Work to do for the Giants. You heard it right. All right, Giants starting lineup is brought to you by the most award-winning brand of 4x4s ever, Jeep. Check us out at Jeep.com. Torres and then Freddie Sanchez, who is smoking hot, followed by Aubrey Huff and then Pat Burrell. Guillen will hit 5th, and it's Sandoval, Uribe, Whiteside, and Zito hitting 9th.
Diamondbacks defense sets up like this. Roberts, Young, and Upton in the outfield. Drew and Reynolds on the left side. Johnson and LaRoche on the right side. Miguel Montero doing the catching tonight. Now the mound for the Diamondbacks, Daniel Hudson. He came over to the Diamondbacks in the Edwin Jackson deal on July 30th. This guy has pitched outstanding, 23 years old. He held Colorado to 4 hits over 7 innings while striking out 9 on Sunday. Talked to Matt Williams today, said he's got a great fastball with late life, 93 miles an hour. It runs up and away from a lefty, up and in to a righty.
First pitch is down low. It'll be Torres, Sanchez, and Huff. Hudson making his 6th start in a Diamondbacks uniform. Padres lost today. The Phillies beat him 3-1. Swinging a drive, hit into deep right field. Upton back. Upton is going to play this one high off the bricks. And Torres is not stopping at second. And that's a leadoff triple. Just another extra base hit for Andres Torres.
Andres Torres came in the Giants dugout and said, if you want to slug, we'll slug. 2-0 fastball right there. You see what happens when you get behind in the count. And it never ceases to amaze me the power that this little guy has. We had the stat last night, the graphic of him in extra base hits, and he was up there with all the big boys in the National League. And once that ball hit off the wall, you knew it was going to be a triple with his sprinter's speed.
Here's Freddie Sanchez. He's got that average up to 283, and he takes a strike. With Aubrey Huff on deck. And this pop-up is to the left side of the infield, and it's going to be Drew who makes the catch. You see right now infielders are making sure that they help each other out. And here's Aubrey Huff. Aubrey Huff hitting at 298, 22 home runs, 75 driven in. And he rolls this one to LaRoche. Giants will get a run when they're on the board. Might not look very good, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
And if Zito figures it out, and the Giants do that every inning, they'll win this game 8-6.
So here's Burrell, RBI number 76 for Huff. And Burrell takes a fastball in tight. Burrell will make anybody out there work hard. He is not afraid to take pitches. See the defense set up pretty much straight away. They do give him the middle of the diamond on the infield. And this is skied over by the Diamondbacks dugout, and LaRoche makes the catch to end the inning. Giants pick up a run after one. It's 6-1 D-backs. Second inning. Here in the second, it'll be Kelly Johnson to lead things off. Zito threw 38 pitches in that first inning. And here he starts Johnson off with a strike. Zito had Johnson 0-2, and he threw him a high fastball out over the plate. May have even been a ball. And he smoked it right past Sandoval. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I'm not looking for excuses. I know Barry Zito would never look for an excuse, but you wonder if that relief appearance Wednesday against the Reds has affected him so far in this ballgame.
Dribble foul, 2-2.
He had a good curveball in the first inning. Got a couple fastballs up. Left the changeup out over the plate. Doesn't have bad stuff tonight.
Johnson had a good rip. You saw that early. It stays 2-2. Just inside.
Not getting a lot of help from his defense, and not getting a lot of help from home plate umpire Jerry Meals either tonight.
Out of play. It stays 3-2. Well, you get a tight zone. And you got, these Diamondbacks aren't afraid to hack. They did, however, walk 3 times in that first inning. 1 walk was intentional. And there's another walk.
The Colorado Rockies are here next week, Monday, August 30th through Wednesday, September 1st. View reserved left field tickets for all 3 games versus the Rockies, only $6. Monday, August 30th, Tuesday, August 31st, Wednesday, special start time 6:15. Again, you can see the Giants take on the Rockies for only $6. To purchase tickets, visit sfgiants.com.
Here's Chris Young, who walked in the first inning. So Zito back in the stretch. That's where he was in the entire first inning. Johnson with his lead. And a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Adam LaRoche is on deck. Just off the plate. The Diamondbacks have had 9 base runners in this game. And of those 9, only 3 hits. 1-2. Ian dropped the fly ball. Roberts was walked intentionally to get to Daniel Hudson, and Zito hit Hudson on the toe. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bullet foul.
You talk about it as an offensive ball club. 3 runs in the first last night, 6 runs in the first tonight. It's tough playing uphill. I mean, you're the one that's supposed to be jumping on top. This is a last place team, and as a hitter, you can't change your game plan. You got to go up there and pretend to score 0-0, do your thing, and just hope that your pitcher can keep the runs at 6, keep them right there.
Well, plus, how confident now are the Diamondbacks? I mean, they're just going to go up there and start hacking.
Yeah, how confident is Daniel Hudson having a 6-run lead? You're a young guy. You're 23 years old. You're trying to establish yourself at the major league level. Oh, by the way, we're going to spot you 6 before you even take the mound.
Three and two. So 3-2. The Very same spot that Zito was in with Kelly Johnson. And this is hit on the ground to Sandoval. 5, 4, and that's thrown into the dugout. So Sanchez, who didn't make any errors until yesterday, makes a throwing error. And Young will reach second on the error.
Pablo Sandoval with a good feed, a little bit low to Freddie Sanchez. I think he tried to hurry it. And we've seen him hang in there in a lot of double plays this year. That time he might have rushed that one just a little bit.
Second error in the game for the Giants. The Giants committed 2 errors yesterday. And here's LaRoche, who picked up an RBI on a ground ball in the first inning. At that point, things were looking okay. The Giants trailed 1-0. It was after that where it got pretty ugly. And if you've just joined us, be glad that you just joined us. Low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. So Young is at second. Torres got fooled just a little bit with that speed. Well, he can really make up for it. 2 outs. Big swing, and got a guy hits it off the end of the bat. Your initial move as a center fielder. Maybe back, you might freeze, but you never come in.
Yeah, you're listening for the sound right there. You got a guy with 20-plus home runs at the plate. You know he hit one in the water last night. You see a big swing like that. It's off the end of that bat. Your first reaction as a center fielder is to take a step backwards. Brain tells you, oh, he got that one. And then you see the ball's not going anywhere. You got to correct yourself, come in, and make the play.
Here's Reynolds. Reynolds drew a walk in the first. And he rolls this one foul, and it's 0-1. You know, the Giants' goal right now is make this crowd love you by the 7th inning.
Or the 3rd, or the 2nd. ASAP.
0-1 to Reynolds. And tight with a fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. High, 2-1. 58 pitches for Zito with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. A lot of that not necessarily his fault. The error by Guillen forced Zito to throw some extra pitches. Rolled foul, 2-2. Young with a short lead, and Reynolds recognized that the pitch was a pretty good pitch to hit, so a late swing and a foul back.
That was a fastball, 83 miles an hour in his eyes.
Out of play. The swing throughs that Zito has had tonight have been against left-handed hitters with the breaking ball. He did make the mistake to Miguel Montero with the bases loaded, and that cost him 3 runs. Foul again.
And that always used to make me scratch my head on defense. If you walk a righty to get to a lefty and you're a left-handed pitcher, why you wouldn't use that to your advantage? I mean, you just walked a righty because you don't want him to see your curveball or hit your curveball. And then you get Miguel Montero up there, who's a left-handed hitter, left on left. He set up for the curveball, threw him a fastball. He did a lot of damage. A double, 3 RBIs.
3-2 to Reynolds. Montero is on deck, and this is pretty much the same scenario we had in the first inning, except Zito has come into the strike zone a number of times to Reynolds, and Reynolds has fouled him off. Reynolds skies it out to right. This is not hit very high, and it's going to be Guillen who makes the running catch, and that was by far from routine. It remains 6-1.
Sanchez, at least his offense. That brings us to our Xfinity Game Vision. Remember, with the Xfinity, you can be your own producer or director in the comfort of your own home. Freddie Sanchez has been sick, and we mean that in a good way. Last night, 2 more hits. In his last 11 games, he's batting .475. In the month of August, he's batting .342. And gentlemen, should be no surprise, these high numbers for Freddie Sanchez are not foreign to him. You'll recall just a few years ago, as a member of the Pirates, he was the National League batting champion with a .343 batting average. Up to you. Back up to you guys.
All right, Raj. Here's Guillen. And he rolls it foul. Here in the second, it'll be Guillen, Sandoval, and Uribe. Remember, no Buster Posey tonight. He is available if necessary. There's a pitch on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Daniel Hudson. And tight. And Guillen is going to go to first. This might bring out Kirk Gibson because it was a little delayed, and anytime something's delayed, the manager's going to come out.
Jerry Meals looked at Jose Guillen, made sure that he got hit. And that's that riding fastball that Matt Williams was telling me before the game that Daniel Hudson has. It's got that late life, and it just takes off into a right-handed hitter. Look at this ball explode on Guillen. As far as he's concerned, that's a fastball right down the middle. He goes to commit to it. In the last 2 or 3 feet, it runs right in on his hands. I can't feel good.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval fouls it back. He was on the road to being very hot, and then yesterday happened, and he went 0 for 4.
Didn't he do that last time against Arizona? Had a good series in Los Angeles. Went to the desert where he's always been very successful. Had a tough series against the D-backs.
Oh, 2.
Swung at a high fastball last night for strike 3. I guarantee you this one's going to be just a little bit higher than that one.
Digs this one out and fouls it out of play to keep the count at 0 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, if he might have mentioned it, Hudson in that Edwin Jackson deal on July 30th. Sandoval high down the left field line. Roberts giving chase. The wind might bring this one back, and Roberts goes into the seats. And you're going to say he caught it. How do you know?
I don't.
I mean, guy comes out of there with the ball in his glove. I mean, it ends up, I'm going to assume he caught it, and that's really a terrific catch.
That is the Verizon defensive coverage of the game is brought to you by Verizon, the network with the most 3G coverage. And anytime you go out of the field of play to make a play, that's just fantastic right there.
You need a Giants fans to catch that before Roberts does.
And then he throws it from the front row.
Here's Uribe. By the way, Ian smartly tagged up.
Ryan Roberts, total disregard for his body right there. Knows where the fence is, full body stretch, and then with steel cleats on cement, fires a seed back into the infield. Great play.
I mean, the fans do have a right to that ball. And that's one that they can catch. Two and 0 to Uribe. 3-0. I know the Giants need base runners here, but with Whiteside and the pitcher coming up, I would have no problems if Uribe swung at this. 3-1.
Didn't have to be. In a tight strike zone all night long. Used to be a pet peeve of mine that 3-0 is not an automatic strike.
And the walk.
You know, if anything right now, make Daniel Hudson work. Got a 9-pitch first inning. Barry Zito sitting at 64 pitches right now. You never know what happens if you get in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Make this guy work. Run here, run there. You're right back in this game. Get in that bullpen. You never know what's going to happen.
Whiteside is hitting at .230. He's got 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. Has not had many at-bats lately. And he's 0 for his last 11. Pulls this one foul, and it's 0-1.
And that's what you call ready to hit right there. Haven't played in a while, walk up to home plate. I'm looking for a first pitch fastball. I'm going to pull it into the dugout. I like it.
And a base hit to right field. This is only going to load him up for Zito. So some nice hitting by Whiteside. And here comes Zito.
Eli Whiteside pulls the first pitch of the Giants dugout, then he gets a sinker on the outer half of the plate. Just a great job of letting the ball get deep, being ready to play baseball. You get in there, you get your shot, you contribute right away.
Tune into the NBC Bay Area Morning News Team for the early news, traffic, and weather updates, weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. Zito's got a couple of RBIs on the season. The only thing that you're going to tell Zito right now is don't hit into a double play.
We'll tell him that.
He's 5 for 42.
Yeah, whatever happens right here for the San Francisco Giants, you just want Andres Torres hitting in this inning.
Yeah. Now, if you want to knock in a couple with a flare, that's fine, too.
Well, the D-backs outfield is basically playing in the infield right now, so it might be hard to drive in, too, but I'll take a point.
He was pretty good at putting the ball in play. It may not be pretty, but he usually does. And a bullet, and it's caught, and they called him out. Second base umpire DJ Rayburn called him out, and that's a double play. And the Diamondbacks catch a huge break. Not only does it keep the Giants from scoring a couple of runs, but Torres does not get to hit.
Zito with probably his best swing of the year, and that's just how it's going for the Giants right now. And you look at Kelly Johnson and Juan Uribe, who got there first.
You know what?
There to me.
I can't tell, but he may have made the right call. And this is the play that breaks your heart in the bottom of the second.
I think he's safe. That's a tough call, though. We've watched it 4 times in slow motion. DJ Rayburn got one look at it in fast motion. I feel like his foot got there before Kelly Johnson.
I think it's however you want it to be.
Well, I want it to be safe.
And I guarantee you the Diamondbacks people say, well, it looks like he just got him. Here's Montero. Montero pops this one back and out of play. Montero, he doubled with the bases loaded in the second inning, or check that in the first inning. And here he takes high. 2 balls and a strike. Hit very high into center field for Torres.
As soon as we sign off from tonight's game on NBC, Bay Area and affiliated Giants network stations, Giants fans can watch continuing post-game coverage with interviews, expert analysis on a special edition of Sportsnet Central on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Here's Ryan Roberts. Roberts was walked intentionally in the first inning. One ball and one strike.
You see how Andres Torres kept his feet moving on that fly ball? When I first became a San Francisco Giant, some guy named Willie Mays in the food room told me, FP, with the wind in center field here at Candlestick Park, always keep your feet moving. You never know where the ball's going to end up.
Torres will play this on one big hop. Zito back in the stretch for Daniel Hudson.
And what he meant by that was there's wind currents, and I think some of that applies here at AT&T Park. You talked about the flags whipping at the top of the stadium early in the game, and they are. The wind usually dies down at some point during the game, but as an outfielder playing here, you always have to keep your feet moving. You always have to be ready for what we call a bad hop on a fly ball. And that's really what it is. When you're an outfielder playing with wind, there's bad hops. The ball will move on you at the last second. Andres Torres always does a good job of keeping his feet under him, getting behind the baseball, and keeping his feet moving.
Roberts. And the bunt, and it's a good one. Zito will spin around and toss to Sanchez. Down to second goes Robert. Here's Stephen Drew. Drew hit the pop-up that Guillen could not handle in his second at-bat in the first inning, and that allowed 2 runs to score. Has made this task a lot more difficult for the Giants. Now coming back, 6-1 Arizona. And a good breaking ball, and it's 0-1. In tight as it forces Drew to jump back. Upton on deck. 2 outs. The Nationals beat up on the Cardinals 14-5. That is a final. Cardinals have had a rough go of it as this is popped into left field. Tough spot again. It's going to be Uribe, and that'll end the inning. Torres will lead things off.
history will repeat itself. On this date in 1951, we flash back to our Toyota by the numbers. On this date, 1951, the Giants lost to the Pirates to snap their 16-game winning streak. However, from that point on, they went on a hot streak. There were 6 games behind the Dodgers after this loss, but came back to overtake the Dodgers. And, of course, that season ended, or at least the NL pennant ended, with Bobby Thompson's historic home run. Gentlemen?
All right, thanks, Raj. That's right. It would be fun to see that happen again. 0-1 to Andres Torres. Torres tripled in the first inning, scored the only Giants run. It went high off the bricks, out in Triple's alley. By the way, happy birthday to Maria Jacinto. Maria in our PR department, but also very much in charge of what goes on with the broadcasters. We asked Maria what number this was, and she laughed. So I'm going to go with 25. Happy 25th, Maria. Torres skies this one into left center field. Young will put it away. 1 out. That came on a 3-1 pitch. And here's Sanchez. Sanchez popped out to Drew in the first inning. Aubrey Huff to follow. There's a drive into center field. Young got a good jump. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. He does not. Sanchez can run a little bit, and he is going to put on the brakes. Wisely so. And for Sanchez, it's a double. Anytime you see Young with those long strides, getting after a ball hit in the air, you think he's going to catch it.
Yeah, I think he's going to catch everything out there. Just a sinker that started on the outer third, ran back right down the middle. Freddie Sanchez has been on fire lately. You look at the way the defense was set up for him. Chris Young playing on the opposite field side of second base, so that was a long run for him. A good decision by Freddie Sanchez, holding at a double. His run means nothing right now. Giants need base runners.
Here's Huff. Takes an off-speed pitch in tight. 1 ball and no strikes. Pat Burrell on deck. Giants trying to just chip away. 2-0. Rockies are leading the Dodgers in the 7th inning, 3-1. Three and 0. And a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Good job by Aubrey Huff right there. A lot of times guys on a 3-0 pitch just sit there. They don't even stride. They just take it. Why would you do some homework on that pitch? You got a free pitch to look at, track it all the way into the glove, time him up, get ready for the 3-1 pitch.
And the walk. Well, that's how you're going to get back into this game, by putting people on base. And here's Burrell.
If you remember last time, Burrell popped up to first base. It was a sinker in from Hudson. We watched the ball hit Jose Guillen last time. He's got that ride into a right-hander. If I'm Pat Burrell and I'm thinking about maybe making this a 6-4 game in a hurry, I'm looking for that sinker in, maybe cheating a little bit. Leaving early, looking for it in there, trying to get the head out. He's done his homework. He's faced him once. He knows what he has now. He didn't like that call.
Ian to follow. Big chopper. Reynolds with a nice play. The long throw across the diamond, and they get Burrow.
Time for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection play. Say that. Brought to you by your Bay Area Lexus dealers. Mark Reynolds going to the line right there with a little slide move. It's just kind of the way it's going for the Giants in this series. Maybe against Cincinnati, that's a double down the corner. But Mark Reynolds with a great short hop play, goes to his feet, makes a great throw to first base. Nice play, Mark Reynolds. I mean, you have to be ready for this play. On your toes, you're going into foul territory. Get that little mini short hop. It sticks in your glove. Then you know your runner. You know you have time to get to your feet, set yourself, and make an accurate throw.
Ian was hit by a pitch in the second. Sanchez at third. Huff at second. Two balls and a strike.
It's a huge at-bat in this baseball game. It's only the third inning. When you talk about being down 6-run in the first inning, that takes the wind out of your sails. You get a base knock right here. It's 6-3. You got a ball game all of a sudden.
On the ground, fouled. It's 2-2. See where Montero sets up. Look out.
It's funny watching Miguel Montero. He's just setting up right down the middle and letting the Daniel Hudson sinker work its way in. I don't even know if it's a sinker. It's a rider. It's just riding in hard on the right-handed hitters. Set up right down the middle and let the ball work.
He got him to end the inning. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll head over to the KNBR side here at AT&T Park, 6-1, Arizona.
Dave Fleming alongside FP Santangelo now. FP, thanks for having me over on your side of things.
I like that you're here. Change it up a little bit. In the dugout when things weren't going good, we'd change seats. You're here. Kipe's over there. Let's make this thing work.
Well, it has not been the most positive of nights so far for the Giants. I think that's an understatement. They're putting some pressure on the Diamondbacks starting pitcher, but at some point they're going to have to cash in their opportunities. They also need something from this guy, Barry Zito, to hold the line. It's the fourth inning, 6-1, Arizona. And a first pitch line drive foul from Justin Upton. All 6 runs for Arizona in the first inning. They sent 11 men to the plate. Upton made the final out. In fact, he made 2 out of the 3 outs in the first.
It's a tough first inning.
But he's probably a little eager right here. Finally, he gets his 3rd at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Zito's been up with his fastball all night long. I said before the game he's got to keep that thing down. It's been between 82 and 84 miles an hour the last couple of innings, so he's searching to find that heater right now.
Ball 2, up again with the fastball.
Just no velocity at all on it tonight. His curveball has been his best pitch. He's thrown a couple of good ones early in the game. His fastball's been up in the strike zone, and like I said, not a lot of life to it.
Upton to right field. Guillen makes a catch. And I think Jose Guillen's going to be hearing some sarcastic applause every time he makes a catch from now for a little while. Dropped a ball in the first inning.
We were talking, you can't set your feet too soon as an outfielder here at this ballpark, especially on a windy, breezy night. That ball will move on you at the last second. And if you set your feet too soon, all of a sudden you're planted. The ball moves. You can't move your feet that late and you'll miss it.
1 out for Kelly Johnson. Strike 1. And Guillen should have had that ball, without question. But it is the case that everybody who comes here to this park takes a while to get adjusted defensively. Strike 2. That's a little better fastball location there. I think, Zito, sometimes pitchers will use the term finish, even whatever the radar gun says. Good curveball. Struck him out, chasing a bad one. Whiteside completes the strikeout, 2 down. That's his first strikeout of the game. And while we've got a moment, let's go down to Raj Mathai. Raj?
Dave, good evening to you. September call-ups right around the corner. Next Wednesday, the rosters expand across Major League Baseball. So the question is now, who will the Giants be calling up from the minor leagues? That leads us to our Xfinity Future Focus. And we've been calling this guy's name for the last couple of months now, Brandon Belt. Take a look at his combined numbers from San Jose to Richmond, now to AAA Fresno's, batting .358. And question for you, FP, any negatives for bringing him up next week?
Well, just the fact that, I don't know, there's a lot of outfielders here already. I know he plays first base as well, so I don't know how much playing time he's going to get, but in a pennant race, it's all hands on deck. If you're Bruce Bochy, you'd like to have a full bench to where you can make a number of moves throughout the game. That's the advantage of the rosters expanding on September 1st.
Ball 2 to Chris Young here. He has had like Raj said, a tremendous season in the minor leagues. His first season as a Giants minor leaguer, just drafted not this June, but the June prior. There's a strike to Chris Young, and it has been a real surprise. Giants believed in his talent when they drafted him, but I don't think even they, in their wildest dreams, thought this kid, Brandon Belt, was going to become what he has become, which is one of the top first base prospects in all of baseball. And my guess, FP, would be, if he does get the call up, and that remains to be seen, that it would be as much to give him a taste of the big leagues as to get any sort of meaningful playing time down the stretch. There's ball 4, a 2-out walk. Zito had a chance to have his first 1-2-3 inning, but he walks Chris Young.
Yeah, when you bring up a prospect in September in a pennant race, you're absolutely right, Dave. It's to just get a taste of it. See what the clubhouse is like. See what the guys are like. Ride on the charter. Experience the whole thing. And if you're out of it, you bring a kid like that up to play. Let him get in there. Let him feel what it's like to play in a Major League Baseball game. But if you're in a race, and hopefully the Giants stay in this race throughout September, you never take a chance on a young guy that's inexperienced. You made all those trades to get guys up here to produce. I don't think you want a guy, no matter how he's done in the minor leagues, to influence the outcome of a pennant race in September.
LaRoche, the hitter, with 2 down. Chris Young, who's got excellent speed, is a threat to steal. We'll see if he decides to take off. Zito's going to pay attention to him. Well, Buster Posey came up last September, and even though he did not play much at all, what he had 15, 20 at-bats total in the month, I think the Giants' plan was, Posey's going to be our guy. Let's give him a look at what the big leagues are like. And I think they feel like that's a part of his success this year. Opposite field swing for LaRoche against the shift, although that one made it into the outfield. 2-out single. Diamondbacks with another rally here against Zito.
Throwing a lot of fastballs tonight for the left-handed hitters from the Diamondbacks. You talk about the one he threw to Montero for the 3 RBIs and the double in the first inning. LaRoche right there gets a fastball out over the plate, staying behind it nicely. Good-looking swing right there.
I'll just wrap up my thoughts on what Raj was talking about with this kid, Brandon Belt, who really has been fun to follow from the minor league level this year. I think also, and this is no insider information, but if he does get the call, to me, that would give you a pretty good indication the Giants think he can be part of the big league team next year. And I think in a similar fashion with Posey, whether it's at the beginning of the year, at some point next year, he's a guy that Giants fans are going to get to see. Zito, after getting the first 2 out here, in some trouble. 2 on, 2 out. He's fallen behind Mark Reynolds, 2-0. Giants are going to send Dave Righetti out here, FP, and they're going to have to get the bullpen going. They will. Ramon Ramirez.
Barry Zito's had his share of good outings this year. He's had his share of bad outings this year. But right now, that first curveball I threw to Mark Reynolds, that was nowhere near. And that's been his best pitch all night long. So if he's lost that curveball, I'm sure Dave Righetti's going out there maybe to tune him up a little bit. A lot of times you'll hear a manager talk to the pitching coach and just say, go out there and fix him. And right now, I think this is more of a stall piece to get Ramirez in the game. You look at the pitches in the first inning right there, 38 pitches. And you have to wonder, I mean, the relief appearance, it's only the second time in his career that he's come into a game as a reliever against the Reds on Wednesday. Did that take a toll? I don't know. You have to ask Barry Zito that question, but tough first inning tonight, giving up the 6 runs. Didn't get a lot of help from his defense.
Well, he has not had much stuff tonight, and the results are there to prove it. Trying to wiggle his way at least through this 4th inning. 2-0. Gets a changeup strike.
It's a good pitch right there.
Reynolds has walked and scored a run. Prior to tonight, he's the guy who had the best individual numbers against Zito. And he's got the power to... It's the 4th inning. You wouldn't say put the game away, but if he gets into one, it goes a long way. If the Giants want a chance to come from behind here tonight, Zito's got to keep Mark Reynolds in the ballpark.
I don't know what the concern is right now at second base. There's 2 outs. You have to get the hitter, maybe looking for a cheap out, thinking that there's going to be a stolen base. But generally speaking, you don't steal third with 2 outs. Maybe stalling for time.
Reynolds deep to left field. Burrell just watches it. Gone for Mark Reynolds, and it's a 9-1 game. And that's what could not happen right there. He's got extraordinary power. He didn't even get all of that one.
You look at the changeup from Zito, 74 miles an hour. Might have been a curve or a slider. Whatever it was, it had hit me written all over it. Mark Reynolds right there just staying through the baseball. And like you said, Dave, when this guy gets one, he gets one. Probably the most pop in the majors right now. You talk to people around the league who has the most power. It's definitely Mark Reynolds.
I agree. I think the most pure power in baseball right now, that guy. Montero had maybe the biggest hit of the game before that swing. Maybe still the biggest hit, a 3-run, 2-out double in the first. Zito hits him. I'm sure that'll get the Diamondbacks' attention. We'll see if Zito's going to stay in this game. I don't believe so. Ramon Ramirez just started throwing a moment ago, but I think we're going to see him in the game here. And it could be that Bochy's going to make a double switch.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out who's going into the game right now. Bochy was on the top step. He went back down. Told Eli Whiteside to go out and talk to Barry Zito. I don't know what you say for Eli Whiteside right now.
Not a whole lot, I don't think. Jose Guillen made the final out in the third, so you could double switch with Guillen. Gets a Cody Ross in the game, Nate Scherholtz. I don't think the issue is Ramirez. Finally, Bruce Bochy will come out, and he is going to go straight for the home plate umpire, which means double switch time. So pitching change plus another move coming for the Giants here. And I believe it will be Jose Guillen coming out. So not Barry Zito's night here. All Diamondbacks in the first 4 innings, 9-1 Arizona. Aaron Rowand also enters. He'll play center field, and Torres moves to right. The numbers for Ramon Ramirez between Boston and the Giants.
It seems like he's been out there every single day for the San Francisco Giants. Fastball, slider, change. Good sinker last night. He was out there, did a good job in relief. Bruce Bochy trying to get a couple innings out of him again tonight.
He threw 20 pitches last night in a scoreless inning with 3 runs in, 2 outs, and a runner on. Ramirez misses ball 1. Barry Zito heard about it from Giants fans when he left the mound. There's Rowand in center. Torres moves from center to right field. Guillen comes out of the game. 9-1 Arizona. Ball 2. One thing about Ramon Ramirez, and I think one of the reasons why the Giants made the deal to get him, is he is a guy who can pitch back-to-back, 3 straight games, 4 out of 5. In fact, sometimes he's even more effective the more he pitches. And I don't think the Giants bullpen is full of guys who are like that. They've got some guys who need a little extra rest.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're a reliever, you want to get out there every single day, especially when you got a good 2-seam fastball. Tired arm, sometimes that thing has a lot more run on it when you're tired.
Here's 2-1. He gets Roberts to chase.
Good slider right there.
Giants have leaned on Ramirez since he joined this team. Roberts strikes out swinging. A high fastball got him. So Ramirez comes out of the bullpen, gets the 3rd out, but damage done. Not Zito's night here in San Francisco.
September 1st against the Rockies, 6:15 start. That's right, 6:15 special start. The first 20,000 fans receive a special coupon. For tickets, go to sfgiants.com. It's Flip Video Night.
Well, those Rockies coming to town starting Monday, 3-game series before the Giants head back on the road. Well, the Rockies are right back in the wild card race, again leading tonight ahead of the Dodgers 5-1 at home. The Rockies are not going away, so every game's big for the Giants now, but the Rockies are a team they're going to be fighting with down the stretch. Diamondbacks not one of those teams, and you would not know it from these last couple of games. Ball one to Pablo Sandoval. Daniel Hudson has spent much more time in the dugout tonight than he has on the mound.
Well, we've talked about it a lot this year with the Giants staff. You get Matt Cain a couple runs in the first inning. You get Barry Zito a couple runs in the first inning. Even Jonathan Sanchez. You see a different pitcher out there. I can't imagine being a 23-year-old guy like Hudson and getting a 6-run first inning to go out there and work with.
And I don't think he's been particularly good tonight either. I mean, I think the Giants have had a couple chances against him. They got the run in the first. They had the bases loaded in the second. They had 2 on in the third. And they've only gotten the 1 run in. Just misses there. Pretty good looking pitch.
Yeah, Montero wants that fastball up. You see him stand up now with Pablo Sandoval hitting every single time with 2 strikes. They're trying to make him chase high in the strike zone.
Again. He crushes one to right field. Way back there. Gone. Takes a hop into the water.
The Cache Creek hit is brought to you by Cache Creek's Perfect 10 giveaway now until October 10th. Thousands will win cash and prizes every day. Visit cachecreek.com for details. Visit homerun.com for details after that swing. Pablo Sandoval, they tried to get the fastball up and they didn't.
Uribe took a home run kind of cut. Well, it may not make a difference tonight. The Giants are down big, but Pablo Sandoval keeps his home run swing going. Uribe just got under that one. Roberts with the win, playing tricks with it, out number 1. And it's a real good sign for the Giants, even in the midst of a lot of other problems that are going on right now, that Pablo Sandoval is hitting with power. That was missing entirely from his game. He went 2 months basically without a home run. Now he's got 6 in the last couple of weeks plus.
And that's the whole danger with trying to go high with 2 strikes and getting Pablo Sandoval to chase. If you miss your spot, if you don't get that ball above the letters, that's a guy that can do some damage. It's a good point. All of a sudden, Pablo Sandoval's got his home run swing back. And if you're Miguel Montero and you want that fastball up, it's got to be up. And you talk to starting pitchers, that's a hard thing to do.
Whiteside down the left field line into the seats. I think another ball there that on a different night probably is 6 or 7 rows back, and the wind was pushing it toward the sidewall. We saw Roberts earlier make a great catch falling into the stands. He has had to move around quite a bit tonight. Sandoval's home run. Giants get 1 closer, still facing a huge deficit. They got some recent history, though, to tell them they can come from behind. Just a couple of days ago against the Reds. Reynolds throws out Whiteside, 2 down. 9-2 Diamondbacks. Giants baseball brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the first inning. Budweiser, it's what we do. Giants fans hanging in there tonight, hoping to see a Wednesday-like comeback.
You need more than rally hats tonight, though. That's got to get into that bullpen. You never know what can happen, but in the ballpark was warm the other day. Playing very small, was conducive to a comeback. Hopefully the Giants can make it warm tonight.
Aaron Rowan's first at bat. He hits that one well to center field. Sending Young back. Makes a catch. Nice play, Chris Young. Well, Rowan comes up short. Pablo Sandoval did not come up short. His 12th home run of the year. It bounced into San Francisco Bay. 9-2 Arizona. Fifth inning, Ramon Ramirez got the last out in the fourth, facing the pitcher, who grounds it to Uribe. One pitch, one out, and let's go down to Raj.
Thank you, Dave. Let's get to our Ford right choice. It is Italian Heritage Night here at the ballpark, and one of the most famous Italian Americans in U.S. history, the late, great Joe DiMaggio. And here it is, started out his pro career here, at least played for the San Francisco Seals, grew up in North Beach and played for the Seals beginning as a 17-year-old in 1932. Look at the numbers. His final season with the Seals, 1935, batted .398, was the MVP of the league, and right from there went to the New York Yankees. Joe DiMaggio, part of our Ford right choice. And yes, FP, happy Italian Heritage Night.
Are you celebrating tonight, FP?
No, it's 9-2. Are you kidding me?
Joe DiMaggio, San Francisco's own. Good stuff from Raj as Stephen Drew falls behind 0-2. Grew up on Washington Street over in North Beach with his brothers. Great baseball family. Dom and Vince, big league players and very good big league players.
Hitting .398 will get you called up every time, won't it?
And, you know, he was a sensation here. San Francisco, it's sort of an untold story, and there are a lot of fans of the old Pacific Coast League who like to talk about it. But this was a great baseball town before the Giants came here. It wasn't a big league town, but it was a great baseball town. And a big part of that was the Seals and Joe DiMaggio himself. Nobody found that out more than our friend Willie Mays, who came here as by far and away the centerpiece of that New York Giants team in 1958. And was the biggest star in New York, probably the biggest star in baseball, one of the biggest in the history of the game at that point, really. And Mays came here to San Francisco, and Willie talks about how it took him, he thought, years before the San Francisco fans were able to put Joe DiMaggio out of their minds and sort of embrace Willie as their number one baseball hero. And he always thought it was tough as a center fielder with the legacy that DiMaggio had in this city.
Yeah, that's Steve Young about that.
I think Willie was probably glad he didn't have to actually play on the same team as Joe DiMaggio, but yeah, a similar kind of phenomenon to where he was a great player, and then after he left, his memory was maybe even greater if that's possible. That one was a close pitch. From 0-2 to 3-2 to Stephen Drew. But this city has a great baseball legacy going back a long, long way. Drew hits it hard to Aubrey Huff. Feeds to Ramirez, 2 down.
You know, Aubrey Huff's been doing it anywhere you put him all season long. Left field, right field, and especially first base. Going to his right there. Little backhand play. Something you work on from the first day of spring training. Little PFP, pitcher covering first base. Nicely done.
Aubrey Huff has been, if he hadn't been the MVP of this team, he and Andres Torres together could share that award. The way they have performed this season. 2 down for Justin Upton. Maybe kind of feeling left out tonight. He's 0 for 3 as the Diamondbacks have scored 9 runs in the first 4 innings. Upton's not been a part of it. Not the DiMaggio family, but Upton's from a good baseball family himself. His brother tonight, I saw, hit a home run late to tie the Red Sox in Tampa, and the Rays went on to win that game. B.J. Upton with Tampa Bay, Justin Upton with Arizona. Chased one there. Good pitch from Ramirez.
Nice pitch, keeping it down the strike zone, turning over the changeup, getting the swing through. The downward action on this ball right here, getting on top of it. Nice pitch. You stay down in the strike zone, no matter who you are, good things are going to happen to you on the mound. You watch the highlights every night. All the damage is done right around the catcher's mask. Everything up in the strike zone usually goes far.
Stayed down, struck him out. Ramon Ramirez with a nice inning. Upton's a little frustrated. 9-2 D-backs. A Jewish-themed Giants beanie, pregame party, lots of fun stuff going on. Plus, ticket proceeds benefit the Jewish National Fund and other nonprofits in the Jewish community. For tickets, you need to call that special number, 415-972-2298. Middle game of that 3-game series. The Rockies will be here starting Monday night. Giants fans waiting for something to get real excited about. The Panda gave them a highlight, a home run in the 4th. 1 run closer, but still a big deficit. Top of the order up for the 3rd time against Daniel Hudson in the 5th. Andres Torres tripled after the D-backs scored 6 in the 1st. Andres came up to lead off the bottom of the 1st and hit a triple. Out in front on the changeup.
I think you said the key thing, third time around, third time through the order. You're facing a guy in Daniel Hudson you haven't seen before. Hopefully you've seen enough to make the adjustments to have some success.
Another changeup, strike 2. And he's a young guy who he doesn't use a whole lot more than that fastball changeup combination. You don't see a lot of sliders, breaking pitches from him. Went back to the fastball.
Well, talking to Matt Williams before the game, Diamondbacks first base coach, he was saying fastball change. It's all the guy has. It's all he needs. He'll throw occasional slider, but he was raving about the late movement into right-handed hitters on his fastball.
Struck him out with a changeup. 1 down. Just his second strikeout of the game. So one part of Andres Torres' game, and the Giants are not unhappy about it because of the way he has performed this year, but he does strike out a lot. He leads this Giants team 104 strikeouts as a hitter. Now Freddie Sanchez. Last time up, Freddie doubled. That's hard to do this late in the year. 2 weeks basically. His average is up almost 30 points. That's a hot stretch.
Yeah, usually around the All-Star break, when you get to the 300 at-bat mark, 350, your average is what it is. I mean, you have to go on an absolute tear to get it to go up or go into a tough slump for it to go down. It's usually pretty stabilized. Early in the season, you know, an at-bat could be 3 points here or there, just one at-bat. But then when you get late into the season, you go 0 for 4 and your average can drop 1 point. You could go 2 for 4 and your average will go up a point. So for him to move it that much this late just goes to show you how hot he's been.
He's been hitting, and he's been hitting with some power, which is nice to see. He's never going to be a pure home run hitter, not even close to it, but the extra base hits have always been a part of his game, and for a good part of this year, they haven't been. So it's been fun to watch. Just gets a piece there.
And that's what he's good at with 2 strikes. When Freddie Sanchez is right, he'll spoil pitch after pitch after pitch, buying himself another chance, getting another look at another pitch. When you hit like he does and you're hot like he does, it gives you a better chance to get a hit. Sometimes the best thing to do with 2 strikes is foul a tough pitch off.
Hits that one to right field. Upton was playing shallow, so a shorter run for Justin Upton, 2 down.
Tune into the NBC Bay Area Morning News Team for early news, traffic, and weather updates weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
I'm up then.
Right about when my dog is jumping on my bed. I love that.
Daniel Hudson to Aubrey Huff here with 2 outs and the base is empty. Strike 1. Huff has drawn a walk, knocked in a run with a ground out. That one got in on his hands, a fastball. Nice catch. And believe it or not, that's my pal, Lars.
Lars kept his feet moving right there.
He's a buddy of mine. Nice play.
Playing the wind currents, kept his feet moving. Little backhand job. He had a beer in his hand, too.
That I did not see. Just such a pure, natural athlete. Strike 3 to Aubrey Huff. Let's take another look at it. My buddy making us proud. On a night where not a lot has gone right for the Giants, with the beer in hand.
Not a drop spilled. Nice.
9-2 Diamondbacks. It's the 6th inning. Ramon Ramirez still out there in relief of Zito. Strike one to the third place hitter, Kelly Johnson. Zito was charged with all 9 runs, only 7 of them earned, but still a rough night for the Giants starting pitcher here tonight. Inside with a fastball, 1-1. Johnson had a hit and a run scored in the 6-run first, which is the biggest difference in the game right now. Johnson to center field. Rowand is there. 1 away. Well, let's take a ride around the league scoreboard, brought to you by your Northern California Honda dealers, who invite you to come in today for a special zero-down lease offers on new 2010 Civics. A couple of big games there. The A's trying to hang in the race with the Rangers. That was Dallas Braden, a tremendous 4-hit shutout in Texas against that Rangers team. Rays are now 5.5 ahead of the Red Sox in the wild card, and the Twins extend their lead with a win and a White Sox loss. They're 4.5 up in the American League Central. Chris Young swings and misses. Strike one. Strike two.
All over the strike zone since he's been in there. Great job. And what a difference strike one makes.
Young has walked twice. Both times he's walked, he's scored. Tried that power changeup, missed down and away. He swings and misses. Held on by Whiteside. 2 down. All right, we showed you the American League scores. How about in the National League? Giants paying attention to a lot of these games. Rockies trying to finish off the Dodgers at home. That's 5-1 in the 9th. Colorado would be within 3 games of the Giants. Nationals all over the Cardinals. Phillies beat the Padres. So from the National League West perspective, that's good news. Phillies are now the wild card leader again in the NL. Cubs cooled off the Reds, and the Braves all over the Marlins. LaRoche, ground ball, fair. Ramon Ramirez, another real quick inning. He's doing a nice job tonight out of the bullpen. Now it's up to the offense. 9-2 Arizona.
Last night, the Tim Lincecum against Adam LaRoche sequence, that home run was Lincecum tipping his pitches with the Diamondbacks stealing signs. We'll had a nice chat with Diamondbacks manager Kirk Gibson before the game. He said, yes, we do steal signs. It's a part of the game, but we did not steal the sign last night when it came to LaRoche. Guys, back up to you.
Well, I think part of it is with Lincecum struggling, everybody's trying to figure out a reason why, and that's understandable. So any little thing that comes up, Giants fans are in a half panic about the way things have been going with their ace. An immediate 0-2, and Burrow swung at that pitch. Wow, Pat Burrow a little out of whack, but the throw is not handled. It was low from Montero. Even though he strikes out, he reaches first base. That's a little bit of a break.
Well, should I say it in honor of Mike Kirko? It all started with a swing and a miss strikeout that went to the backstop, and you reach first. You never know in this game. Good hustle by Burrow, though. You see a lot of veteran guys sometimes strike out. They don't bust it down the line very often. That's an established guy hustling in a 9-2 baseball game. Good hustle by Pat Burrow.
That's about the worst swing he's had since joining the Giants, so that is a bit of a break for the Giants. Nate Scherholtz is going to hit for Ramirez, who did a real nice job out of the bullpen. At least giving the Giants an outside shot in this game by holding the line. Nate's had some good at-bats lately. Changeup, and he was fooled.
Boy, his fastball and his changeup are exactly the same, and that'll give a hitter fits. You see the same release point, you see the same break, the same tail away from you. Both pitches are identical. This kid's got good stuff.
Fouled out of play.
And that's the thing that pitchers strive for. Every single pitch that comes out of my hand looks the same. So as a hitter, you don't know. There's that deception there. Same release point, same rotation. Two-seam fastball, changeup, they both look the same.
Scherholtz would not chase that one away.
And the key thing is arm speed. Look at his arm speed on his changeup. Identical to that of his fastball.
You got Pablo on deck. Last time he was up, he hit a home run. Full count to Scherholtz. The Giants would love to see Nate get on, build this rally, give Sandoval a chance with a couple men on base. (3-2) and Montero sets up away. Scherholtz protects.
He's finding a way to get on base. It's not about base hits. It's not about your average at this point when you're in a pennant race and a wild card race. It's all about getting guys on base and getting the win. Do whatever you have to do to win the baseball game.
Another 3-2 to center field. Chris Young, though, has it lined up. One out. Burrow goes back to first. Last time up for Pablo Sandoval, it was a high fastball that wasn't high enough. Sandoval hit it a long way. Bounced up on that arcade and on into the water.
It was supposed to be up and away, and it was down and in. Belt-high fastball right out over the plate. And like I said, that's the danger with trying to get a two-seam guy, a sinker ball guy, to throw a pitch up in the strike zone with 2 strikes. You better get it up there. You better execute the game plan, especially against a hitter like Pablo Sandoval.
Foul ball on that changeup. Pablo had not homered for basically 2 months. He's got 6 home runs in his last 15 games now. Pulls that one foul. Another change.
Well, he's hot. Freddie Sanchez is hot. So the Giants have figured those 2 things out. Now they got to figure out the first inning. When you're playing meaningful games in late August and September, there's nothing worse as a ball club than being down early in the first inning. It takes away the steal. It takes away the hit and run. I mean, basically, you just have to go up there and try to get base runners and have good at-bats. But it takes away from a lot of things you do successful.
High fastball. Big rip and a foul.
I mean, it takes away the strategy of the game. If you're Bruce Bochy, you just put your hands in your back pocket. You're basically done managing for the night. So all you got to do is run a couple pitchers out there and hope that maybe your team could get back into the baseball game. But I was on some teams where every single night we were down early in the first inning. It just takes the wind out of you. You saw the ballpark last night and tonight. Players are feeling the same.
He goes much higher that time, but he could not get Sandoval to chase. Pretty clear the strategy has not changed against Pablo. He does have that changeup as a ground ball pitch. It's a double play situation, but they're not going to it. Stubborn. Well, it is pretty clear what's going on with the Giants right now. And it's pretty simple. Giants are a team built around their starting pitching. If the starting pitching is not going well or going as poorly as it is, it's not going to work. Hard hit ball, but Johnson spears it. And that's going to turn into a double play. A little bit of bad luck there for Pablo. Kites coming back over to join FP. In the seventh, D-backs 9, Giants 2.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Check out the Wednesday 6:15 start. View reserve left field tickets, only $6 to purchase. Go to sfgiants.com.
Javier Lopez is the new pitcher for the Giants. And he is facing Mark Reynolds, and a strike to Reynolds. Reynolds, and then Montero, and then Ryan Roberts.
The numbers on Javier Lopez right there. Done a great job since he's come over. Had some big outs against left-handed hitters. Fastball, slider, change. Fastball about 86, 87 miles an hour. More about deception, more about his release point and his delivery.
Well, both Ramirez, who just ate up some middle innings in this game, and Lopez, late additions made by Brian Sabian. Boy, they really helped this club. And there's strike three call to Reynolds. And at that point, when Affeldt was injured, Runzler was gone. The Giants needed a left-hander, and Brian Sabian went out and got one.
He did. Javier Lopez, a great get. You look at the pitch right there. Fastball in the inner half of the plate. It's a 9-2 game in the seventh inning. As a hitter, you know the strike zone may get a little bit bigger, so you have to be aggressive when you go up there. It's not that you have to swing at everything, but you have to know that once a game is maybe in the umpire's mind out of reach, as a hitter, you're a little more aggressive.
Montero had the big hit in the first inning. A double to clean the bases.
Yeah, that was a play of the game so far for me.
Yeah, perfectly happy with allowing just one run, and then Montero saw to it that didn't happen. 1-2.
Montero looking at the dugout like, I didn't see that pitch. I didn't know where it was coming from. He threw it out of the Visa sign in right center field. He didn't see that ball at all.
It really forced him to swing at that last pitch. By the way, the lights are on at the Coliseum. I thought the A's were in Texas.
They were.
Ah.
It's a football game over
there.
there.
You go. Knew it couldn't be the Warriors. Montero hung in there pretty good as Lopez dropped down. There are the lights.
It's Mount Davis.
Are they hanging from the rafters? Can we tell from here?
Can we see the black hole?
Doesn't look like it. Come on, it's an exhibition game. Hit high into Triple's alley. Andres Torres playing in that general area puts it away. Here's Roberts. I knew it wasn't a sellout because as far as televising that game, it's televised tape delayed. There's a shot down the right field line that'll bounce into the seats. We're not going to give the score because there are a number of people that probably do want to watch it tape delayed. 3-0 Niners.
Did you sneeze?
No, I made that up. I have no idea what the score is. In an exhibition game, nor do I really care. Just nobody get hurt.
It's pennant race time.
Yeah, 9-2. I talk a little Alex Smith right now.
Open up the phone lines on a broadcast. Start taking some phone calls. Your thoughts on the Niners? Give us a call.
One and 2 to Roberts. How'd Dave do?
Did great.
He's solid, huh?
He's great.
Yeah, Dave's solid.
Got the Giants a run. Pablo home run.
And that'll end the inning. Lopez strikes out a pair. 9-2 D-backs. Cheesecake burger only at Carl's Jr. 9-2. Look at the first inning. That ought to tell you all you need to know. Montero had the big hit in that first inning. Ramirez came in. He did a great job. Lopez has just done a great job. Sandoval's got a home run. However, look at that first inning. 9-2 Arizona. And that's our Carl's Jr. game somewhere.
You think for tomorrow's game we'll talk about maybe the importance of the first inning? 9 runs.
You know what? I don't want to talk about tomorrow. I don't want to talk about today's game. Do we have to?
Nope.
I mean, you're not on the radio tomorrow, are you?
Nope.
Here's Uribe and bounces this one slowly foul. As Reynolds only misses foul balls and it's 0-1. If it's fair, he catches that.
Well, that was a nice play he made earlier. Slide move, getting up, making a good throw across the infield.
Pops this one up right around the mound area. It's going to be Drew who puts it away.
Here's our Fry's scenic shot of the game. Our scenic shot of the game is brought to you by Fry's. Your best buys are always at Fry's, guaranteed. I'm looking at a condo over there, by the way. Looking over McCovey Cove. Probably out of my league, though.
Only you would know that.
Yes.
Here's Eli Whiteside. Whiteside singled in the second, bounced out in the fourth. Here he takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. 93 pitches now for Hudson. Bounces this one foul. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Rockies beat the Dodgers tonight 5-3. Phillies beat San Diego 3-1. Whiteside's 2-2. Huff and Burrow. Two-two pitch. Here it is to Whiteside. And Whiteside fights it off. Six hits for the Diamondbacks. That's right, 9 runs on 6 hits. Giants 2 runs on 4 hits. And Whiteside strikes out on the pitch up and in. 5 strikeouts for Hudson. And that'll bring up Rowan. Rowan came in on a double switch. His only at bat was a fly ball that took Chris Young to the warning track to end the 4th inning. And he takes one in the ribs. And that's a back at you is what it is. When it comes with 2 outs, it's pretty. You're pretty sure that that's what's going on.
Yeah, look at the sinker right here. It's been taken off like that all night long. Looks like it got him in the jersey mostly. Easy to say from up here. You never know if that got flesh. But if you remember back in the 4th, Miguel Montero was hit by Barry Zito. I don't know if that had anything to do with that, but.
Now with 2 outs, you're always suspicious. Torres has had a hard time picking up that pitch. He struck out in the 5th. That was pitch number 100. Torres tripled off the bricks in the 1st inning. And he gets the call. It's 1-2.
He tripled on a 2-0 fastball and hasn't seen a whole lot of fastballs since then. You talk about Hudson, his changeup. That's a tough one. It looks just like his fastball.
And Torres goes around, and that'll end the inning. 6 strikeouts through 7, 9-2 D-backs.
Had a golden opportunity to gain some ground in the National League West and the wild card race, presuming they come back to win or not tonight. But here's how it looks coming into tonight, the updated standings. Right now, the Giants trailing the Padres, who lost earlier tonight by 5.5 games, and trailing the Phillies in the wild card race by 1 game. But both teams lost. The Padres lost and the Cardinals lost, helping the Giants, but might not be too much of a help tonight, guys.
All right, thanks, Roz. Is Rusty Ryle is pinch hitting. (9-2) Arizona as Lopez throws and a swing and a miss, 0-2. I thought FP made a really good suggestion in between innings, which, by the way, a lot of you folks may not know this. A lot of his best stuff is in between innings.
I'm sure they're well aware of that.
There's a pitch low and in, 1-2. His suggestion was start Ramirez and follow it up with Lopez. Good thought.
They've both been all about strike one. He's showing you how key that first pitch is.
Well, just barely got a piece of it. Stephen Drew on deck, and then Justin Upton. On a cool night here at 3rd and King, a 6-run first inning put a damper on this one immediately. But I'll say this, Giants fans have hung around. They've been into it. Certainly disappointed, but a lot of them have hung around. Out of play. Souvenir.
I mean, if you ask Giants fans before this series, people were talking about a sweep, Diamondbacks coming into town, last place team. You know, what's happened the last couple of nights? I mean, you would have never thought this would have happened against the Diamondbacks. But it's the big leagues.
Well, I don't remember how I said it on the wrap, but the Diamondbacks come in way under 500. The Giants are better than them. So you would expect them to at least take the series. But that's without even playing an inning. Ryle strikes out. And that'll bring up Drew. But if you get a hot pitcher and you get a couple of hot hitters, it doesn't matter what their record is.
And a couple of young guys on the mound trying to establish themselves at the major league level, trying to show that they can stick and be a part of the 2011 Diamondbacks. And that's what you run into in August and September on teams that are out of contention.
Should have read the Philadelphia papers.
Oh.
The day after the Astros swept the Phillies in a 4-game series. Lopez in foul territory. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Phillies, however, bounced back after that 4-game sweep, and they have whipped up on the Padres in the first 2 games in that series, today by a final of 3-1.
Well, this season's been such a roller coaster anyhow. I mean, talk about the Giants, right when you think they're done, they come back and run off a streak.
You're Giants fans. One and 2. On the ground foul. Remember the night, the wearable blanket night? And I remember driving home and listening to you on KMBR, and you made such a big deal out of the wearable blanket. The place was packed. People were standing in line. And that might be the first one I've seen people bring to the yard after that night.
They were selling them on eBay that night.
Hit on the ground to Huff. On the backhand, underhands it to Lopez, cover. But it was such a big deal that night. I just have not have seen a lot of them since then.
Maybe they don't last long.
No, that's not true. I just put one in the washing machine the other day. I mean, it now fits our little dog, but nevertheless, they're hanging in there pretty good. Is that one right there? Or is that a jacket?
I'd say that's a wearable blanket.
All right, so there's one guy.
And a bad lid. Yeah, they were all the rage. Going for like $60 on eBay that night. Now you probably can't give one away. But you got to kill 3 hours on the radio. A wearable blanket's a great topic.
No, I was all over agreeing with you. I mean, everybody in my house wanted one. And if you asked every one of our kids where they are, they couldn't tell you. Is Upton bounces this one off the #1 archway for his first hit of the game. And it's a 2-out double. And that'll bring up Kelly Johnson.
Yeah, just taking that fastball in the inner half of the plate, or maybe right down the middle, getting his hands inside the baseball. You talk to hitters, there's nothing worse than when your team is having a great night. They got 9 runs on the board, everybody's got a hit, and you're the only guy not to join the party. So that's what we used to call a salvage back in the day. You turn an 0 for 4 into a 1 for 5. That's a good night.
Johnson 1 for 3. That's what Zito had Johnson doing in that first inning. He jumped out ahead of him, and then he tried to waste the fastball, and Johnson banged it right past Pablo Sandoval. He had a good curveball tonight. He really did. He lost some velocity along the way with his fastball, but he had a very good breaking ball. One and 2 to Kelly Johnson.
Sergio Romo getting it loose right now. Some work in.
Matt Cain tomorrow. It'll be a 1:05 start. It'll be on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. As this is rolled, it hits off the mound to flatten out, and a rebate throws them out to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It remains 9-2 D-backs. It's Sam Demmel who's the new pitcher.
You see the numbers on Demmel right there. Fastball, slider, cutter. Change. His fastball goes about 93 miles an hour. Throw it about 50% of the time. He likes his slider. He likes his cutter. He'll run in on left-handed hitters.
So Demmel will replace Hudson, who went a very strong 7th. And Sanchez will be the first hitter that he will face. Freddie Sanchez doubled in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3. Sanchez takes a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1 as he says something to Jerry Meals. Whatever he said, it got Meals' attention very quickly.
Well, it doesn't take a lot to get Jerry Meals' attention, I'll tell you that. But you just want the game umped all the way till the end if you're a hitter. You don't want that floating strike zone late in the game when, like I said earlier, maybe the umpire thinks the game is out of reach. It'll happen a lot. You know, as a hitter, 9-2 game, 8th inning, you got to swing, but you want a fair strike zone.
Two balls and 1 strike. Aubrey Huff on deck. On the ground. Drew. High throw. Into the dugout. An error on Drew. It's enough to tick you off in a 9-2 game.
Well, you got to keep your concentration. You know, Dwayne, 9-2 game. Maybe sometime you're thinking about your at-bat out there, and I'm sure if you ask Stephen Drew, he'll tell you should have made that play, but just took a little off of it. Sometimes as an infielder, when you ease off the throttle a little bit, it has a tendency to miss high, and I think that might be the case with Drew on that Freddie Sanchez ground ball.
Here's Huff. Outside, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball to Aubrey Huff. swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aubrey Huff 0 for 2. A walk. He does have an RBI, his 76th of the season.
Nice cutter from Gemmel right there. That's a cutter I was talking about. He likes to run it in on left-handed hitters. He started that on the inner third of the plate and let it do its work.
Huff on the ground. It'll be LaRoche to Gemmel covering. Over to third goes Sanchez. And here's Burrow. Burrow's popped out. He's bounced out. He's struck out. He's 0 for 3. 55 for 203 in a Giants uniform. On the ground, Johnson makes the play. Coming in to score is Sanchez. It'll be an RBI. It's now 9-3, and Travis Ishikawa is going to hit.
You see right there, Bruce Bochy giving Pat Burrell a pat on the back. Yeah, it's a 9-2 game, and what does that mean? It's an RBI. You can't give at-bats away as a Major League Baseball player. Every time you go up there, you want to do something to help your ball club win a game, or that might not help the Giants win the game tonight, but I think if we remember earlier in the season, that runner on third less than 2 outs was always a big deal. They say you never take a sac fly for granted ever again.
Ishikawa on 1 pitch, side retired. Giants pick up a run. Here comes the 9th.
We talked about this in the pregame show, but it's worth mentioning again. Buster Posey out of tonight's lineup with a strained left forearm. Here's the sequence in last night's game. Didn't seem anything too significant, but he did strain his left forearm. He is not in tonight's lineup, but Posey's saying before the game tonight that he is hopeful he will play tomorrow. And guys, barring a major comeback, they're going to need every weapon they can tomorrow to avoid a sweep here.
Indeed they will, Raj. Matt Cain on the hill against Rodrigo Lopez. So here's Romo against Chris Young. And a strike to Chris Young.
Fastball slider change. Sergio Romo been doing a great job out of the bullpen. Bruce Bochy before the game saying what great command he's had all season long. Kind of digging the beard too.
One ball and one strike. Young 2 walks, and he scored both times. Ouch. LaRoche to follow, and then Reynolds. And tight, 2 balls and a strike. Zito, Ramirez, Lopez, and now Romo. 3-1. The walk. You look at that score, and it could be the Arizona Cardinals against the 49ers. As that football looked to it. There's a walk. And here's LaRoche. One for 4. Giants will put on the overshift as Uribe heads to the right side of second base. And this is chopped foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
I wonder what that's like as a hitter, seeing all the infielders on one side almost, Pablo Sandoval playing shortstop. And I'd be so tempted to throw my hands inside the ball and just slap something down the third baseline. It's a lot easier said than done, but I wonder if that's more for a mental edge. I mean, if I'm LaRoche right now, that must look weird, because I know the rest of the league doesn't play him like that.
Good pitch, 0-2.
I mean, every time I hit it, looked like there was 4 infielders on one side of the infield, or on both sides of the infield.
Well, they stopped doing the shift to Aubrey Huff. Down low.
I feel like there's certain hitters in baseball that warrant it, you know, especially Barry Bonds. You saw that defense played against him every single time. Maybe like the wildcat in the NFL. It's the in vogue thing right now in Major League Baseball to throw a shift on a lot of left-handed hitters.
Hit high and deep to right field. Did he do it again? This one is gone, and he's got another one into the water. LaRoche hit one into the water yesterday in the first inning. Here he hits one into the water in the 9th. So a walk and a big fly.
That's the Sun Power play of the game. Sponsored by Sun Power, the planet's most powerful solar. And that ball looked like it was going to hit the sun. Alan LaRoche is the king of the splash hit here at AT&T Park. You talked about the one last night. He had another one off Tim Lincecum before that. That's his 3rd splash hit. Likes the water.
Here's Reynolds. I mean, your only hope is that it's so short down the line that maybe it's got a chance to hook foul, but that one had no chance. 22 splash hits by opponents. Bond still has hit more than any opponents. There's a breaking ball, 2-0. Whiteside's going to go out and have a word.
I need that at the golf course.
He's got it figured out. Although, why? 3-0. Reynolds hit a home run off of Zito in the 4th. Romo, usually a strike thrower, pours one in to make it 3-1. Down low in the walk. So Romo, very uncharacteristic here in the 9th inning. 2 walks and a big fly. Usually he's pound the strike zone. As Dave Righetti's going to go out.
It's kind of understandable. Sergio Romo, a guy that feeds off emotion, feeds off the situation, loves to come in when the game's on the line. Sometimes for guys, we've seen it happen with Brian Wilson maybe earlier in his career when he comes in a non-save situation. It's tough to get the juices going. So you come in and all heck is breaking loose in the 8th inning. You're trying to get the ball to your closer. You come in a game where it's 9-3. You got to find a way to fire yourself up. It's a lot easier said than done.
So Dave Righetti departs. Swing and a miss. Montero trying to do the same thing as LaRoche did, and it's no balls and 1 strike. $11 runs on 8 hits. So if you do the math, you have to figure that the Diamondbacks have had base runners other ways as Montero flails away, and it's 0-2. Seven walks, 2 hits batsmen, and 2 errors. And if you throw in a couple of home runs, that's what you're going to get. Is Sanchez will throw out Montero. Out number 1. And here's Ryan Roberts. If you're Romo, in all honesty, this is a game where you have to be selfish. You have to think about saving your ERA. And, you know, you're going to pitch Roberts like he's Albert Pujols right now. At least you should.
Sometimes that's tough, though. You got a guy that's a team ball player. He's all about the team. And then you have to go out there and think about yourself. You're absolutely right. I always had trouble getting my hits when the game was out of reach.
On the ground to Uribe. 2 outs. Oh, my word. What happened to my bobblehead?
Waited in line for 3 hours for that thing. Is that a splash bobblehead?
Yeah. I wonder if somebody flipped it in for these people. Here's Ryan Church. A lot of things headed out into the Cove today. Church hitting 188, looks at a strike. Handed out today. Compliments of Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, the Joe DiMaggio bobblehead.
Dry version. Sweet lid.
Low, blocked by Whiteside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Romo takes a little bit of a walk as he rubs up the baseball. I'm hearing some life out in the bleachers. Skied into center field for Aaron Rowan. And that'll do it. LaRoche with the 2-run home run. Bottom of the ninth coming up. 11-3 Diamondbacks.
Stations, Giants fans can watch continuing post-game coverage with interviews and expert analysis. A special edition of Sportsnet Central on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
11-3 Arizona is Jordan Norberto. Norberto is the new pitcher. And the lefty in his numbers. This will be his 26th appearance. Sandoval fouls the first pitch back and out of play. Sandoval is 1 for 3. He did smoke one into the arcade in the fourth. He also hit the ball hard in the sixth, which ended up being a double play. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Norberto can run it up there. Fastball 94 miles an hour. Got a good curveball as well. He'll throw a changeup in every once in a while. Mostly fastball curve.
In the dirt, knocked down by Montero. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both Sandoval and Montero from Venezuela, so you know these two have played a number of games against each other in the wintertime. Maybe even as kids. It's 3-2. Giants will take a walk to make things interesting. And that's what it is. A walk.
It's a good at-bat by Pablo Sandoval. As a switch hitter, when you get that right-handed at-bat late in the game, and maybe you haven't had a whole lot of them, you take advantage of it. Do some homework. Figure out your swing. Get some looks at some pitches. So for Pablo right there, a free look at a left-hander, that's a good at-bat.
Here's Uribe. Swing and a miss. Uribe tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Fouls this one back. Eli Whiteside on deck. We are in the bottom of the ninth. And Uribe out swinging. So the walk to Sandoval, Uribe out swinging, and that'll bring up Eli Whiteside. Whiteside takes very high. Rowan on deck. 11 runs on 8 hits for Arizona. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Giants. Whiteside's got one of those 4 as he takes another pitch high, and it's 2-0. Montero. Rattling off some Spanish to Norberto.
I think he said aim lower.
Two and 0 to Whiteside. 3-0 to Whiteside. And the lefty deals, and Whiteside takes a strike. And Drew is going to make the diving catch on a soft line drive. 2 outs. And here's Aaron Rowan. Rowan takes a pitch just above the belt. Rowan is flied out to deep center field in the 4th, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 7th. Here he bounces this one to Reynolds. Reynolds will take his time, and that's the ball game. So 6 runs in the first inning, and for back-to-back games, the Giants found themselves behind early, and although they did give Daniel Hudson a bit of a scare in the 2nd, but once the home run by Mark Reynolds in the 4th, that kind of sealed it.
Yeah, a couple of key moments in the first inning. An 0-2 fastball to Kelly Johnson, supposed to be a waste pitch from Barry Zito, out over the plate. He got a single, and then the Miguel Montero double for the 3 RBIs on a fastball as well. So those 2 things that happened in the first inning kind of sealed the Giants' fate for the evening.
Well, I mean, the starting pitching right now seems to be a problem, and that's why tomorrow Matt Cain, a huge start.
Yeah, he's got to be on top of his game. He's been great since the All-Star break. He's been their ace.
So Matt Cain tomorrow against Rodrigo Lopez, and the Giants will need a win to win 1 game in this 3-game series. And they're at the point now where they need to win a ball game. All right, we'll say goodbye to our affiliates on the Giants television network, and